In 5, 4, 3,
yeah.
2.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we've got mics. So, what's it, Ninja? Keep the mic sort of this distance from your mouth. So, yeah, like this distance. So it doesn't go bad, yeah?
Check.
A bit further, yeah. Perfect.
Right
cool.
here.
Yeah, what's good, Zishan?
How you doing, Kish? Okay?
I'm very well, bro.
I'm
loving the trim, bro. When I saw the trim with the when you put the blazer jacket on, when you came out the car, bro, I was like, this guy just came leveled up, fam. Came leveled up with the levels in that.
Yeah, there was levels in that.
Bro, there was levels, bro. Hey, turn your head to the side one time for the people's them. Let them see the trim, bro. Let them see the fade, dog.
What are you doing, Kish?
Huh?
You're doing stuff to me, Kish.
Mr. Harding, why do we need 3 devices?
One does the wide cam.
Right. What is the point of this one?
So that we can see from it.
Oh, for sure. That's why your mic's louder than mine.
No, I just know how to use it.
Yo. Okay, I got it. Show.
No, my voice is like really like middle pitch, so it mics like I have no mic problems.
Right.
Like when I do sound check, there's no problems.
There's no problems.
Yeah.
You sound like Kish. You got a deeper voice.
No, it's higher actually. The higher the easier, the lower the harder. Low frequency is slow, high frequency is faster.
So if I talk like this, it comes out really well.
Yeah, it really does, innit? Yeah.
All right, cool. This should be. I've just sent it out on the broadcast.
Okay, sick. What are you eating there, Zishan? Zishan, you eat? Bro, I thought you said you don't eat, fam. What's going on? What are you scranning?
Some oats and berries.
Okay.
Yo, Deco, how's it going, broski?
Is there any ladies in the house who likes a healthy eats oats and berries?
A Muslim one, obviously, for our brother.
How do we make that one main cam? Can we make that one main cam?
We need to turn off the mic here.
Yeah, that.
Boom. There we go. We good?
So the phone is now the main audio, yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm just thinking about this now.
See, I'm wearing the same shirt, bro. I ain't what dog is.
Ninja.
I can hear you very well.
Ninja, I can only hear you from the phone, not the mic.
Check. Can you hear me now?
Not from the mic. Switch it around. So mute the other one and unmute this one.
There's only one here.
Right, so this that one to be the next one. We need that one to be the better area. Is that better? I feel like that's the way. So can you guys hear me now?
Oh wait.
What's going on? So what are you doing over there?
That's better. Is that better, guys?
Say again.
If I talk like this, can you guys hear me?
I heard it fine, so I think it's fine.
Wait.
Don't play this on first come off, bro. We're trying to hear the distortion, bro.
No. We still have audio problems.
We live.
Are we having audio problems? We're live ages ago.
Jesus Lord Christ.
So you guys either speak really loud or just change devices.
Speak louder.
About I'm gonna get this closer to you.
There we go.
I think that's right there. That's
So that means the mic is on.
Good one here. So come back. Yeah.
Wait, is
The laptop.
no, because the laptop's not connected to the because the laptop's not connected to Zoom. You have audio coming out of that phone. It's just the feedback.
Feedback is from the audio coming out of this one. And getting picked up on that. Alright, can we restart the live for us? The best part.
There we go. How's that?
Perfect.
Audio good?
Audio good, yeah? All right, cool. Let's get started. Sorry about that. Technical problems.
And the obvious one would be turn the volume off on here.
Not off, put down. Can't hear anyone speak.
There we go.
All right, amazing. Okay, audio good, yeah? Can I get a thumbs up? All right, amazing. Okay, so it is currently
Might have to kill this mic, bad boy.
Go on.
okay, it is currently 10 minutes past 8 p.m. UK time, Monday, the 30th of May 2022. Welcome to another episode of The Game. So quick disclaimer before we get started. All our content is for education, information, and entertainment purposes only. No information should be considered investment advice or a financial recommendation to buy, sell any assets or place any trades. Please always do your own research. It is very important to do your own analysis before doing any or making any investments based on your own individual circumstances. Always take independent professional advice from a professional advisor or independently research and verify all and any information you may find in our content that you wish to rely upon whether you wish to make an investment decision or otherwise. All investments do come with
You better be careful, man.
Get your head blown off.
Please always do your own. We are not. And we definitely do not intend to be perceived or received as. However, we are working in collaboration with several.
Accredited.
If you are unable to mitigate your risk, then please contact us immediately so we can point you in the direction of an accredited financial advisor.
We are edutainers.
Edutainment only, babies.
Entertainment, guys. So make sure that you lot listen and have
Fun to our edutainment.
Are you not edutained?
You know what? Can we just burn the microphones?
Yeah, man.
Let's burn the mics.
It's trying too hard and it's not working. People are leaving. It's off.
All right, okay, amazing. Next slide, Don, please.
So, well, first we need to go to the news. So, first of all, we need to go to the news. Let me go to the news here, yes? We go to the news by going to the Blockchain Sensei Instagram, which we all know what that is. And if you don't know what that is, then I'm embarrassed for you. Share screen. Share screen.
Share screen.
Share screen. Share the screen. Right. Can we all see the screen?
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe allow we send cookies. All right, so let's
Did you
start.
accept the cookies?
Yeah, I did.
You're crazy.
Syndrome into waiting room. Oh. Let's go back to the news. All right, cool. So a bit of news that I noted. Oh, so annoying. I'm gonna have to do it like this. All right, cool. Well, let's just skip to the news. One of the bits of news is that Glassnode released some information showing that we can clearly see the gas levels and where they're coming from. There's been a massive change, and it's right now 30% of all gas is coming from NFTs, 13% from DeFi, 8% from ETH transfers, and 5% from stablecoins. So my theory about Uniswap being attacked, that probably wouldn't damage them too much now based on those numbers. So that's very interesting. So here is a list, a very important list of people that are interested in, well, actually, I'm going to say the people that make up this list. And I want wrong answers only because I think it makes it a little bit more funny. Okay. So what do all these people have in common? The Apple CEO, the NVIDIA CEO, PayPal CEO, Airbnb CEO, Google CEO, Microsoft CEO, MasterCard CEO, Meta co-founder, Apple co-founder, Reddit co-founder, Twitch co-founder, Twitter co-founder, Morgan Stanley CEO. What do they all have in common? Wrong answers only. Type your wrong answers in chat.
They're in the same, private club.
That's probably the answer.
That's actually a real answer.
I'm going to say they all have purple colored bathrooms.
Well then.
1 minute?
Why are you red?
They all really care about the environment. Really care about the environment.
God, do you want to do yours? Oh, is that wrong answer or is that the right answer? No, it's actually a wrong answer because the Google CEO is actually.
Deco said they all wanted Liverpool to win the Champions League.
You all wanted Liverpool to win the Champions League. That is the winning one.
Wait, you know what? Can I just comment? Don't shoot me because I'm not a football fan. I'm not attached to any game. But does anyone share this? Right, where Kish, maybe you can relate because you're not a football guy. Where when a small team wins, you're kind of happy for them. I don't know nothing about Nottingham Forest, but I was just like, well, you know what? They seem like a small team.
32 years.
Yeah.
A long time.
Well, you support neither. So, like, as a football fan, are you happy for Nottingham or are you not bothered?
I'm happy for Nottingham and I'm happy for Real Madrid because they beat the Scousers. They beat them.
Hala Madrid, boys. Hala Madrid.
Come on. Viva Madrid. Hala Madrid. Let's go.
It's a religion, man.
It is. It really is. So the thing about that list of people that we just read out is they all are very pro crypto, but yet people still to this day are anti-crypto and think that it's a scam or it's a phase. So today's news was just about, is it a phase? Because the CEO of YouTube has announced that they're going to integrate NFTs into YouTube. So now that's NFTs on Spotify, NFTs on YouTube, NFTs on Instagram, NFTs on Twitter. Like, do we need any more bullish news?
Is it real?
And what's even more interesting about all that bullish news is that the market hasn't really moved on these announcements.
Well, guess what happened? There was a 320 million Bitcoin transaction. Guess what the gas fees were? 12 cents. How did they do that? Who are they chatting to get them things passed through on them low for the low gas fees?
Yeah, it's pretty mad. That is pretty mad. So that's that one. I would like Dom, if you are sharing the screen, if we make Dom the co-host on that. Oh, I need to make Dom the co-host because this next bit of news I want to kind of show properly. We need to go into it in a little bit of detail.
Can you make Fadman co-host, please?
Yeah, I'm trying to. That's a bit weird.
Maybe your co-host, so you're not the host of one.
I've lost my powers.
You ain't got no power, dog. You know why? I got power over here. You hear me?
Well, make that one co-host, and then Dom, if you go to the Blockchain Sensei Instagram.
Oh, bro, it's very hard to do. Brody, how am I gonna?
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
go ahead.
No. It's not host, it's co-host.
Yeah, whilst they're doing that, you go to Blockchain. There it is. Done. No, because this bit of news is very important. There we go. And then now, is that one now co-host?
Yep.
Right, cool. And then if you now go to share screen, please, Dom, on Zoom. And more. There's screen. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, ready, guys?
Now
Share.
go to the just share. Yeah. There we go. Now go to that Instagram one. And then scroll down, and we want to go down to the JP Morgan post, please. Yes, this is very interesting post. So this is very interesting. Because see the little arrow that's next to it, just up on the picture. Up, there we go, that's the one. Press that. Yeah, press that arrow. There we go, just wanted to read that. So JP Morgan has begun to use a blockchain for collateral settlements, beginning with a pilot transaction performed last week. The transaction involved assets from BlackRock,
None other than BlackRock.
which was not directly involved in the transaction counterparty, because that makes sense. So let's role play this. Zishan, you can be BlackRock, and I will be JP Morgan. We are going to do a transaction where you are going to send me assets, and I've now received them on the blockchain, but you are now not involved. That makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, it don't make no damn sense.
No.
So this is what is happening right now on the institutional level. They are lying so hard, they might as well be Amber Heard. Because this is just like, this is just crazy. They're like, so basically, I just woke up and I did this transaction and I was never involved in the transaction. It's like, guys, make up your mind. Like, are you in the transaction?
But at the same time, they're like, when the transaction happened, they went through.
Yeah, it went through. We got the money, but we didn't do the transaction. It was never us, even though it's on the blockchain and everyone can see it. But you know, it wasn't
me.
We didn't do the transaction.
Wasn't me.
But yeah, it's interesting. So that's that bit of news. So yeah, whatever Jamie Dimon says in the media, do the opposite. Well, Jamie Dimon recently said something very interesting, and it's made me a bit weird, because he said that was it ETH or Bitcoin? He said Bitcoin's got can go up by 28%. So that's made me a bit. So that's that bit of news, and then we might as well talk about the very important news that's happening this Friday.
Go into
Click on that image of Ninja's face.
No, we don't have to do that. We can actually go back to the slide.
Put the slide there.
Wait, okay, full screen.
Full screen.
Guys, it's going to be too litty. There's some special announcements that we can't exactly announce that's going to be announcing, but it's going to be an incredible event. There's going to be like-minded people like ourselves there, large opportunities to actually have and build connections with like-minded individuals like ourselves. But not only that,
We got DJs.
we got performances. It's going to be lit because it's our birthday and it's a celebration. So come celebrate with us, man. You guys been coming to the Zooms for how long now? Let's meet IRL and have some fun.
Yeah, turn up. So it's actually also a crazy golf event as well. So come on down. It's not going to be just like people standing around. You're going to be able to play crazy golf. We're going to have a booth that is going to allow for people to perform. So if you're a musician and you've got bars, come on down and come and perform, because you know what? I'm going to announce it today. We have officially partnered up with Noise and Mixtape Madness, and whoever we like, or we haven't figured out the voting system yet, but we're announcing it now. Both Noise and Mixtape Madness are supporting us on our birthday, and we're going to be selecting a track that is then going to get listed on Noise as an NFT. So if you're a DJ, come down and try and run the play. If you've got bars, come down and spray all day. If you're a musician, come down and let's hear them vocals, because this is your opportunity to get backed, not just by Blockchain Sensei, and you know what kind of music contacts we've got, right? Not just by Blockchain Sensei, but also by Noise, and also by Mixtape Madness. I don't know if you've heard of them, but you should have. So that's a big announcement. Get your tickets, because if you ain't got a ticket, you're not getting in, unfortunately. That's just the rules of the venue. Big shout out to Adriano for letting us use his venue. Big shout out to Soab for helping us with the promotion. And massive shout out to 8Track for being the alcohol sponsor. So yes, that does mean there will be free alcohol at this event. So I don't know, what more do you need?
Is it worth getting a ticket? I don't know. Are you going to be able to?
I don't know. You get game, alcohol, vibes, good music, us, and don't forget us. So it's up to you.
You know what?
Tickets in the Blockchain Sensei link tree.
I've got some crazy inside game to tell you guys. So if you're there in person, come up to me and ask me, and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we haven't introduced our special guest. So this is Elisa, who I met out and about sometime last week, just at a cafe. And then we just got talking. Turns out that he's a budding blockchain developer. And hopefully you'll see his face. He might be doing some interning for us. Yeah.
You'll see me about. Don't worry.
Before we go any further, can I get everyone that's live on this stream to do us a massive favor, because it actually helps us. I don't think you realize. Can everyone just quickly go onto their YouTube and find this live stream and just comment happy birthday, or comment something, anything, any kind of comment on our live stream actually helps us. I kid you not. Because of people doing that, we've now got a partnership with a company in Hong Kong that is helping us with NFT Fridays. So that little contribution that you make definitely helps us. And as you know, we are very, very kind and generous when it comes to giving you guys contributions. So I'm gonna hand over to Ninja because I talk quite a bit. So over to Ninja.
All right, so got a little presentation for you guys. The first time, Ninja's got slides now. Ninja's got slides now. The level up. I realized the slide game was lacking. Obviously, Mr. Harding's been taking over the game as of recent. I just wanted a little section. Yeah, so in these slides, I'm going to be dropping some fundamental wealth lessons, wealth mindsets, and Web3 business secrets. I think it's important every, I would say, 2 to 3 months to go back to these topics, because as much as high-level information is extremely important, and as you get deeper in the game, you want your information to become higher and higher level. Remember that half of the game is just how you think and approach it. So hopefully I can bless you guys with some takeaways within these slides, which I made earlier today, and I just felt compelled to do so. Let's get it. Okay, so fundamental wealth lessons and the wealth mindsets. The very first thing that you have to do is, well, one of the first things is you have to internally feel worthy enough to be rich. You have to feel worthy of receiving wealth. And if you do not feel worthy, you will never align yourself to be financially wealthy. Even if you run into money, you will not keep it. Yeah. Now, I identified this as a problem. Not a problem that I personally went through, but a problem which I'm sure us as educators have found in our students. I'm lucky enough to have grew up in a household where, yes, I come from originally a lower socioeconomic background, having come to England in 1996, being born in the slums in England in 1995, and my parents moving up the economic ladder. But what they always promised me as a kid was we're moving up, and subsequently we moved from poor working class background to, I would say, since I was 18, 19, we've financially been a middle class family, right? So that's one of my inspirations. But my parents instilled in me from very young that you deserve to be wealthy. We are going to get wealthy. We are going to improve our situation. What I've found is that people invest and trade for the wrong reason. They invest and trade to what?
Get rich.
Make money. Like,
Yeah,
like
but they
it's
try and get,
to
yeah.
elevate their situation.
They're trying to flip. They're trying to go from, I want to turn £100 into £5 grand.
That make no sense. And yes, there's people that have acquired and been able to do that, but 80% of the time it's by mistake. And also, it's not like the space isn't built for that, right? I mean, I know in a bull run, if you put yourself, like there's some people put themselves in some shit coins and made a flip and whatnot. But like majority of those projects as well don't have the liquidity to actually pull out funds. There's someone that put their money in, and what is it, like 1.4 million or something like that, or 2 million or something like that in value. They were only able to take out 30K, right? So like one thing that you guys need to understand as well is looking at the utilities and also understanding the project basis of it, rather than just a quick flip, rather than just like looking for an investment that isn't really an investment. It's something that's just trending. You found it on your grams, you found it on Twitter, you found it on your Telegram. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, just to interject, because again, I wanted to zoom out on this, and I know this is the problem, guys, and I identify this as well in our content, is that sometimes we go so deep, we forget that some people are still not there to receive the blessing. So I'm going to go back on wealth for a second. Everything that you're saying is completely valid, but I want to take it back more macro. I want everybody to start imagining a life of abundant wealth. So abundant wealth spans way beyond income, money, and assets. It's health, wealth, and happiness in a kind of, I don't know if this is the right word, totalitarian. I kind of made that word up, but
all-encompassing.
All encompassing, right? So one thing that we always talk about blockchain sensei is we're always talking about our health, we're always talking about diet, we're always talking about who's been to the gym. Well, that we all our lives in terms of, you know, the main decision makers of blockchain sensei are synced together. So we actually know when Storm's with her grandma. We actually know when Mr. Harding is catching up with his family. So I want everyone to imagine that, and then from there you will be ready to receive the blessing. And if you're not there, if you don't believe internally that you feel worthy to be rich, that you feel worthy to be wealthy in all aspects of your life, you'll never receive it.
I'd say that includes mental health. If you feel too busy, too overwhelmed, whatever, you ain't ready to start playing in the crypto game. Exactly. Like you have to be in a really good mental space to be able to be an investor, let alone a trader. So yeah.
So I wanted to clip this up, but we've decided to just plug it in. So a great video that's dropped recently is a high-level conversation between 19 Keys and Ian Dunlap, the master investor.
Uncle Ian.
Shout out to Ian Dunlap, the master investor, and make sure you check out part 2 of our conversation with him, which is feeling a bit slept on right now. But basically, in this clip, at this exact moment, if you skip to 22 minutes, 16 seconds, Ian talks about basically what I said about being able to have the mindset and being able to feel you need to feel like you deserve this wealth, and then you will get it. But a lot of people don't even feel worthy. And even one of our close friends, which I will tell you personally after this video, I'm saying she's that's a little that's a little giveaway, but she actually identified that one of her problems growing up was she didn't feel worthy of this money. She didn't feel worthy of wealth. And as I teach more people, come across more people, even though I didn't come across that problem, I find it a problem in other people. So I feel like it's worth identifying.
I think one of the things that's a big issue, especially if you've come from a working class background, we are taught that wealth comes from working hard. So we often start thinking, oh, I've got to put in X amount of hours physically in one spot repeatedly. I've got to do 80-hour weeks because the average person that's doing a 40-hour week is maximum making 20 to 40K. Then beyond that, if they're doing a 40 to 60 and they're in a high paying job, they're making 80K, 100K a week. Most millionaires are on people that have become millionaires or become millionaires. Their salary is less than 100K. And this is the thing that you have to really break your mind out of, that you need to become a millionaire. You need a high paying salary. That's bullshit.
So
it helps.
I'm happy to say this publicly because he put it on his Instagram story, which makes it public information. Shout outs to Oliver Gilbert.
Congratulations.
So Oliver Gilbert, just some quick context, is one of my best friends and original business partners. We owned a marketing company when we were 19, 20 years old. Bear in mind, we're now 26, 27, called Key Phrasing. We had the mindset that we were going to be rich in our late teens. And according to his Instagram story, he has now acquired a 7-figure business through a 2 years mergers and acquisitions business that he's been working on. For those that don't know what mergers and acquisitions is, it's basically where you buy a business without cash by getting an external investor to invest X amount.
Leverage buyout.
Sorry, leverage buyout, and then you use the company's assets against them to get a loan to then pay the business owner to own that business. So Oliver Gilbert is now a 7-figure business owner. I can comfortably say it because it's on his Instagram story, so it is public information for anybody that follows him. Jeez. And yeah, back on the.
And we might as well announce it here. And he's also, because we talked about it earlier, he's a Blockchain Sensei board member.
Yeah, we're going to be introducing the Blockchain Sensei board members very soon.
And there is somebody that is on this YouTube right now. I wonder if she is here. She'll know who she is. Yeah, that is. We're not going to say her name, but we're going to reach out to her, and we are going to make her honorary board member of Blockchain Sensei because of her loyalty to us at Blockchain Sensei. So yeah, she knows who she is.
We'll hold it soon. So I just think these are some interesting statistics. Again, these are people who enter the lottery are not entering the lottery with generational wealth mindset. They're doing it with a gambling mindset. This statistic here that 70% of lottery winners end up being broke or declare bankruptcy is information that is not really well known, but that is just a testament of people who went in the mindset that they deserve to be rich. They just got rich because they were lucky. Interestingly enough, statistically, 78% of professional athletes go broke after 3 years of retirement.
I want to test this.
Go on.
I want everybody to write in chat if you won the lottery this weekend and you won, let's call it 2 million. Where's it going? I want you to write in chat what you're doing with that 2 million. I'm not going to judge. I just want to kind of I want to do this for my own kind of understanding. Like,
we've got property and land.
Crypto investment, real estate, nice.
Stock, crypto, and real estate, yeah.
Nice. Investing in property, nice.
Property
Buying
and
art,
art,
nice.
yeah.
Buying business, nice.
All right, that's some good answers.
Okay, so you'll notice if you ask your friends that, most of them won't say that. They'll be saying, short term. I love that. You'll see most people won't be saying things like this. They'll be saying, well, I'll be going on the shopping spree. I'd buy my mama a house. I would be doing this. I'll be getting a car. I will tell you what I would do with that. The last thing I would be doing, last thing, is there is no way if I made 2 million, I'll be buying my mama a house or buying a house, because it's just not, it's just what you can do with that kind of capital if you find the right VC and if you find the right asset management company is crazy.
Beyond belief.
But it never happens because people just don't even know that they should be looking for a VC. Just 10% of that 2 million going into a VC could bring you back 20 million.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there in case that happens.
If I got 2 million, I would definitely self-invest X amount of that into a company that I believe in.
Yeah.
I like the idea of being a small VC. I was literally saying to Keish, if I run into 1 million, I'd start a small VC, so just investing 10 to 50 grand in startups.
Sorry, what was that? That was, someone just says VC. Yeah, it's a venture capital fund. So a venture capital fund is a so there's investing in stocks, there's investing in crypto, but the thing that makes more money than any of those is venture capital. So these are the guys that invest in small businesses before they go public or before they go onto a crypto exchange. So they're making the biggest gains. And this is why a lot of crypto goes down on launch. This is why a lot of tech companies that launch go down as soon as they kind of IPO, because the original investors that invested in that as a VC have already made profit.
And they're using you as liquidity.
So yeah.
Okay, so this brings me on to
Well, answer that. Just Google Sequoia Capital and Andreessen Horowitz. A16Z.
yeah, A16Z.
Just Google A16Z.
Yeah, A16Z are probably one of the best VCs on earth because they actually lead VCs. Yeah, A16Z. All right, okay, so on to this next point. This is a very basic but very robust structure in how to generate wealth. The first thing that few people seem to prioritize, and it's actually it's the biggest priority, as much as we care about investments and trading, the number one thing that I want everyone to think about, and I feel like every few months I need to just iterate it because it's a conversation that's not had in the especially retail investing community. Let's say retail. The whales understand this, right? But retail seems to be focused on what to invest in. The number one thing that retail is lacking is capital. But the one thing that the world is not lacking now is capital. Remember that the entire fiat currency money supply has pretty much doubled since coronavirus. So there's literally twice as much fiat in the world, right? And there's also a ridiculous amount of opportunity because let's just take London, for example. What has risen in popularity? Deliveries, right? Like Wheezy, Gorillas, all these websites where people can buy food, delivery, Uber Eats, Amazon, Amazon Prime, where people can yeah, and 24. There's so much opportunity to increase your income, whether that's doing a bit of overtime, picking up a side job, even going on Fiverr.com. One of the easiest ways to make money on Fiverr.com is by being a YouTube transcript writer. Everybody can do that, and then the demand for that's always going to go up because YouTube videos are increasing. So that's actually an income stream. That's actually an income stream that I actually do. I did during lockdown. I no longer do that because it's not worth my time, but it did pay me a little £12-15 an hour when I did get that. So please focus on your income. I know it's a harsh reality, but income is the most important thing because without that capital, you are not going to be able to invest. So please focus on maximizing your income. This is a conversation that I don't hear retail having. So it's something that I want everyone to think about. The number one thing is maximizing income. Second of all, the easiest way to have more income is to minimize your expenditures. Again, this sounds like a baby thing, but I think it's something that we should revisit at least every quarter to just iterate that. Okay, let's say that you're working full time, like you've got kids, you're in a situation where you may feel. I do believe everyone can increase their income, but I understand for some people they have less time, so it makes it more difficult. But the quickest way to increase your income is literally look at what you're spending money on and reduce that. See every single way where. If you're making 40 grand a year, but you got 30 grand expenses, then take the expenses down to 28 grand, you've got an extra 2K.
Can I share something that me and Dom did? It was very, very painful.
Go on.
Super painful.
Go on, what did you do?
But it's changed my life since we started doing it. Is on a weekly basis, and then at the end of the month, declare all your spendings. Look at everything you spent money on into the 3 categories: travel, food, and miscellaneous. And when you start doing that, especially if you're doing it with somebody else and you're comparing, oh my God, you start exposing yourself.
Travel, food, miscellaneous.
You start going, oh my God, I can't believe I spent this. And then you start realizing what you could have invested that into, what it could have turned into, and it is horrible to do. It is the most so painful and so embarrassing that you're like, them little snacks that I got from Tesco this week have actually added up to £45.
That whiskey that I had with quiche.
Yeah, and that dot was £5 this week, and I could have bought 5 dots for that.
Yeah. You know, adding to that, yeah. Like I want everyone to look at their expenditures and then think about the potential assets they could have got.
Oh yeah, it'll change.
It will change you, right? So notice this order, right? Investing is not even number 3, right? Number 1 is income. Number 2 is Number 1 is maximizing income. Number 2 is minimizing expenditures. Number 3 is not even investing. Number 3 is maximizing your financial literacy and maximizing your financial network.
Can I touch on one thing here on this? So one of the things that, this is going to go really deep now, but one of the things that I've noticed that happens to us is we want to buy designer brands and we want to buy jewelry. The reason why we do that, unfortunately, psychologically, is to externalize our wealth, because inside we don't feel wealthy. So we need these things on the outside of us to show people how wealthy we are. So
well, this is the thing. When you maximize your financial literacy and you maximize your financial network, you start valuing yourself internally and not externally.
Yeah.
When you receive that knowledge, right, it is completely impossible, in my opinion, to read Rich Dad Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant, Think and Grow Rich, understand basic blockchain and the stock market, and not start valuing yourself high.
yeah, it's not possible.
It's just not possible.
You're gonna be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going somewhere. You know what? I'm a better person. Especially then when you just, we tell people the source for blockchain sensei all the time. You read books, watch things about financial literacy, and then just talk about it. That is literally the backbone of our company. We're not doing anything special. All we've done is that, and then today we've had a conversation. No, I'm not going to say what the conversation.
Hey.
And then only then does investing / trading, if you've got into long-term investing for at least, I would say, 6 to 12 months before people start trading.
Yeah.
We say that's a good time frame. Yeah. So trading is not for everyone, by the way. Some people should just never trade.
Oh yeah.
So people should never trade.
So on this area that we're talking about the what people are wearing and like externalizing value, in the office where we are and in Canary Wharf, there is no design products. Nobody. Like today we had a call, we had a meeting with someone that's got a $10 billion fund.
You look like an average Joe.
Man's wearing a Slazenger hoodie, bro, with paint on it.
Oh yeah, what's Slazenger on it?
Yeah, bro. What's the hoodie? What, £5, £10?
I wasn't paying attention. Now the final thing is, okay, so let's just summarize this. One, in this exact order, right? As much as we're about investing, as much as we talk about trading, those things come forth, because the first thing you need to maximize is your income. The second thing you got to do is minimize your expenditures. The third thing you got to do is maximize the financial literacy, your knowledge, and maximize the network, okay? Because your network will compensate where your knowledge lacks. Where I lack in DeFi, my boy got me, okay? Where I lack in the stock market, my boy got me, okay? Where these guys
Development.
we got
Where you lack in design.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Exactly. Okay. So the last thing that I guess is number 5 is, do these 4 things in these 4 orders. It literally never changes, right? No matter how big your wealth is or whatever. That's why I wake up and the first thing I think about is how can I generate income for blockchain sensei. It's not looking at what to invest in. It's literally focusing on the cash flow first, looking at the expenditures, making sure that my brain is always growing and learning, and then I make investments, because as I grow my income, reduce my expenditures, and increase the knowledge in my brain, I make wiser investment choices with more capital. Therefore, accelerating my position quicker than if I were not to do it in these orders. And the last thing, I suppose, number 5 is adjusting the MPT, so that's the modern portfolio theory, to circumstances. For example, I understood the power of accumulation cryptocurrency in 2020. I did not understand the power of accumulating NFTs till maybe later on in 2021. They weren't part of my modern portfolio thesis, right? Part of my modern portfolio theory. So always adjust that to the circumstances and the climate. And as your knowledge grows, you will be able to diversify and take more risks. Or if your circumstances changes, like you get a full-time job and you get married and you have a kid, well, maybe you need to diversify less. Maybe you shouldn't be in 37 cryptos. Maybe you should be in 10 because your focus is not there. So always be adjusted to your situation.
How can you manage 70 or 30 cryptos?
Ask Mr. Hardy.
I'm in that amount but that's because all I do is eat, breathe, sleep. And there's a video before that we did when I went through my entire portfolio.
Yeah.
I could tell you what every single project does and what its utility is.
Okay.
If you can't do that, you shouldn't be in it.
I'm in about 20 crypto. But yeah, next slide. Please don't. Okay, so this is a harsh truth, no, is it? Income is more important than investments because cash flow is number one. I would rather live in a world where I had no investments and great cash flow than a great portfolio but no income. Because what am I going to do? Sell off my portfolio to live? Then I'm going to go back to zero, right? So the actual cash flow is the number one, and it's what we focus on at Blockchain Sensei. And we do focus on investments and we do focus on trading, but we focus on those things after we receive the income, and we see investments and trading as money multipliers.
Yeah. And I would say, look, when you make investments, we said it at the start, they come with risk. That risk is that what you put in might not be what it is in a year's time, 6 months' time. That's just part of the game. So if you haven't got that cash flow and that's all you've got and that's the majority of money, and you're like, where's my money coming from? Then you're in a sticky situation.
Next slide, please, Dom. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is a mindset that I don't think is instilled into people. Okay, you literally need to enter this market willing to lose. Yes, willing. Like, I am willing to lose some money. Boys, have you ever, has every trade and every investment gone right?
Hell no.
Hell to the no, bro.
Hell
If
no.
I told you how much, if I told you how much L's I've taken before all of these games, yes, I have more gains than losses, but bro, if I tell you how much losses I had, bro, you would be pulling your hair out, jumping off a cliff, looking at me like, how are you still living? How do you not kill yourself, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, the L's have been.
Okay, let me just say this. If you are too scared to lose any money, you are not mentally ready to invest. Okay? If you are literally questioning what if I lose money, you are not ready. You need to go back to the drawing board. You need to go back to fundamentals. You need to get your cash flow up, because the person who's scared of losing money often is the person with not a lot of savings and minimum cash flow. The person with maximum savings, zero investments, and maximum cash flow. Let me say that again: maximum cash flow, maximum investments, maximum cash flow, maximum savings, but zero investments is relatively comfortable with losing some money for the most part, because they got the cash flow and the savings. This is everything. Risk management is everything. So please look at your own life, what your circumstances are, what your situation is, what your cash flow is, what your debts are. Debts is a very real thing. Always make sure you pay your credit cards off on time and aim to get that to zero, right?
And especially if you're trading, what is your risk to reward ratio? How much are you risking to make what amount in X, dependent on what you are trading with?
He knows about my risk to reward ratio.
It is crazy. Hey, I'm in some. Hey, bro, I can make M's off like 20 pound, bro.
That's the kind of trades we're looking for. We're not looking for these little dagger. I'm gonna stare at my screen every day to make £10 into £8 and do that 50 times.
Right.
I'm looking for them trades where I'm putting in £10 and it's turning into 200 grand. That's the trades I'm looking for, and I find them.
What was that X on that XRP trade that you put with the sitting on right now? What's that X on that?
Don't know the X.
It's I think it's 1,300 or something like that.
If it goes through.
Yeah, a bit more than that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Next slide. Okay, so this is something that, for whatever reason, I've identified, having spoke to at least 500 people in the past, I would say going up to 1,000 retail people since 2019, 2020. For whatever reason, people don't have this dollar cost average habit down, okay? So, no, you shouldn't buy the all-time high, right? Yes, you should buy the dip, but I'm gonna make a twist on that, right? And this is a habit that's gonna help everyone. you should dollar cost average a tiny amount of change, whatever the price. Now let me give you the practical solution what I like to do with my bank account. I like my bank account, right, to end in 10. So let's say I've got £1,126.68 in my bank, right? That £6.68, I'm gonna invest that whatever the price, even if it's sky high prices. You know why? Because like Ian Dunlop says, the amount of assets you own is more important than the price you got them at. Yes, it's important to have good prices, but next slide, please.
One of the tricks you can do with that, with Revolut, with Coinbase, with a lot of things, is you can set it so that it just automatically takes it out of your account, puts it in. So I would recommend doing. I'm going to do an experiment with it and show people from my birthday this year, from the 24th of August. Make sure you know it. Make sure you get me a present. Send some Bitcoin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dollar cost average just £1 every day into the top 3 assets, just to show what can potentially happen.
And another thing that people don't think about or consider, you don't just dollar cost average in, you dollar cost average out.
Yes, when taking prof.
Don't just take out all your money. Oh yeah, I made 20k. Oh yeah, I made £2,000. You don't just take it all out. You dollar cost average out in percentages, bit by bit by little bit. And you never take all of it out. You always leave a little drip.
That's my ultimate biggest investing mistake. People always ask me this, and I'm sure Dom doesn't mind me sharing this because we've shared it 1,000 times. But biggest mistake of all time was in 2019 or 2020? 2020, we took out all of our investments, everything.
Pandemic.
And then guess what happened to Tesla? It went up 800%.
Imagine if you just left like 10% in.
Oh my God. Same with our Bitcoin, same with everything. Took everything out.
Boy, that's crazy.
That's my most painful take profit ever. It was like, look, need the money, let me take it out.
Next slide, please.
Oh,
wait, you went back. Yeah, you go forward. Yeah. Next one. All right, okay, cool. This is something that's very personal to me, right? And every person who's implemented this always wins. No, I've not had one bad, like, I've never had somebody have a negative experience having implemented this, right? And this is a conversation that we still don't have. Shout out to EYL for bringing it up. Have a numerical long-term asset goal. Forget the price, right? And this is for blue chip, not for Dogecoin, right? So, for example, right, I had a goal to acquire 10 shares in Apple. I made that goal summer last year. I achieved that goal. I think it was like March or something, like February, March. And I just thought, you know what? These shares in Apple, I just want to get to 10. I wanted to get to 10 Nike, 10 Apple, 10 Microsoft. But I think Microsoft have got like 7. But yeah, I just wanted to get to a point where I think it's I can't back it with deep psychology or whatever. But maybe you can back this with some kind of psychological research. But I found that if you have a goal, it will make you buy to there, and then you will feel like, oh, these are the shares that I want, at least for now.
Yeah, it's because we work toward things as human beings.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we wake up, is to work towards something. Normally that objective is to get food. Sometimes that objective is to get a mate. But having this goal, a financial goal like this, helps you to get both those two things, a mate and food. So that's why having this goal is easy for your brain to work towards.
And you know why sorry, back for a second. Yeah, the reason it's important as well is because the price always fluctuates, but the asset doesn't change. So if you've got 8.7 Apple shares and you're aiming for 10, then whatever the price of Apple goes up and down, you still got 8.7. So the thing is, people have a fiat value
mentality
where they're valuing it in money. But remember, money is this thing that's not real. So I think if everyone starts implementing, I want to get X amount of these assets, everyone who's tried to do that ends up doing very well with their long-term portfolio.
Definitely.
So yeah, one thing to bear in mind.
Next slide.
Okay, the investment in yourself is better than any asset class. This is very briefly. Okay. But sometimes you just need a reminder. The greatest company I have a share in is not Microsoft or Apple, but my share in Blockchain Sensei. Own shares in a private business. Not everybody is an entrepreneur, but everybody can be an owner. Everybody has skills that they're able to contribute into a business, even if that's something small like social media or Discord management. That's not small. Shouts Deco. It's an important. Those kind of tasks are really important, but don't require a high level of skill. They're accessible entry points. So I say this again and again and again. Own a business. Start a business today. Start having conversations with your friends on how you can contribute. Even if that business doesn't pop off for 3 years, think about the trajectory of 10 to 15 years. You guys talk about it, you guys move slow. Think about how fast we've moved in a year and a half. You don't have to move this fast. Like we've done the progress that maybe companies would take 3, 4, 5 years to do in a year and a half because of our team or whatever. You don't have to move at that speed. But I think it's important that everyone in the world, literally everyone in the world, own a share in the business. Private equity is greater than public equity. So income generating assets are worth more than non-income generating assets. Okay. So in Blockchain Sensei, we have a business bank account, we've got a business portfolio, but these things are not more important than the digital products and services that we provide. The ebooks that we've published are going to be income generating assets forever, and we've already put in the work. That's more important than the Bitcoin on the balance sheet, because the Bitcoin on the balance sheet is always fluctuating. Next slide, please. So that's basically like the wealth fundamentals and wealth mindsets. These are Web3 business secrets.
we're going there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so next slide, please.
How much we giving out, dog?
Okay, so this is just a nice reminder. Even the biggest crypto experts lack a lot of knowledge in different areas.
Facts.
I would question how much does, I'm not gonna draw out names, but let's just take.
Draw me out.
Okay, right. So, believe it or not, when it comes to like DeFi and staking and buying things off DEXs, Mr. Harding always feels like he needs to do it with me.
Yeah.
Or Keish.
I can't do it.
He's just like,
It's not for me.
I get it, but I'm just scared. Like it doesn't seem to work for me. Or the connection seems to drop or whatever, or obviously I'm not the DeFi expert, but I happen to just be a little bit more comfortable and experienced than Mr. Harding, who's more comfortable on the charts, right? So this is why you need to build a financial network, because if you take any great person, for example, Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, they will know this much. This is the thing. As you get greater in business, you'll know this much, but have this much trust. Like, if you ask me what's going on in Blockchain Sensei, I probably have a good idea of maybe 40 to 50% of what's going on, and the rest is done with trust. So that's why I need to build a network. This space moves too fast and it's too late for anyone to know anything. The easiest way to become a Web3 operator, and I'm going to keep pushing this word operator because there's investors, there's traders, but the ultimate winners are operators.
Facts.
Because when you're an operator, there's no bear market. There's only a bull, right? There's in the macro crypto, forget the price of crypto. The development of crypto isn't a constant bull run forever.
Yeah.
Right? The development and operations of blockchain technology and Web3 is going up forever. The prices of coins go up and down. So go on.
I just realized this is why everyone's like, oh yeah, it's bear market. And I just realized I'm confused because I don't know what it feels like to not be making money from crypto.
Yeah.
Because
we make money from the industry of cryptocurrency. How is this guy having to pick me now?
I just realized.
Okay. So the easiest way to become a Web3 operator is by offering to help. Right. Okay, so Elisa, right? Tell the people how we met at the cafe.
So we just got to talking. And turned out the blockchain center. So I know like at least that university to start becoming a developer specific. So just quite surreal to go down.
Put it out there.
And you know what I love about Elisa as well, like, is that Elisa,
Yeah.
like he even said, could you just quote your words with regards to not being interested, being more interested in development?
So basically, he said that he was putting it out there that he wanted to get into the space
As a developer,
not
not as a trader, not as an investor,
but
as a developer.
and then literally met Ninja, who's now giving him the opportunity.
So catch Elisa, literally, he just met the crew half an hour ago before this Zoom, and hopefully the internet for us. So just some skills for Web3 business. The easiest skill if you're a people's person, and this is basically what Blockchain Sensei do. Be the Web3 plug. Okay, this is what we do at Blockchain Sensei in a nutshell. We provide multi-Web3 financial solutions. We're always on the phone having meetings and asking people what their problems are and how we can help them. And we either help them directly with our direct network and service them, or we connect them to the right people and take a finder's fee and cut. That is the basic structure of Blockchain Sensei, as well as education.
Basically, we just offer value, and because we offer value, people come to us with more value and then say, oh, can you offer value to this person? And then they go, oh my God, you offered so much value. Here's someone else we add value to. And then how can I be of value to you?
So the reason why I put this is because some people, like myself, Mr. Harding, Keish, were lucky enough to be super extroverts by nature from like kids, right? So if you are a outgoing social person, you can literally start becoming a Web3 operator. I'm using this word operator because operators are the true winners of this game, right? By literally going to, this is an idea, Web3 NFT blockchain crypto networking events, and let people know that you want to maybe provide your own solutions company. You know what I mean? Like,
and we have no problem.
No problem. Start building your own contact
Blockchain
list.
Sensei, we say this all the time,
right,
is a community. If you want our deck and you want to represent Blockchain Sensei and start talking to people on LinkedIn, start talking to people in the street, we don't care. Go and do it. Go and represent Blockchain Sensei. Whatever customers you bring in, whether they need coding, whether they need crypto accounting, whether they need legal advice, whether they need the Discord, whether they need the NFTs created, whether they need a blockchain created, whatever they need education for their school, for their lawyers company, for their football team. If you bring that business into us, we will give you the adequate percentage for bringing in that deal for us.
Yeah, a lot of our friends have made a good little bag just by generating business. So yeah, think of yourself as a business generator. So the second point, obviously these skills are more hardcore, but could you just explain to the people your journey so far with regards to learning to code on the blockchain, what experience? Because I don't know how to code at all.
So as of right now, I started with C# framework. Right now, I'm just like building kind of like basic skill set, like actually coding. Then from there, I'm going to take it, start specializing in like the languages, like Solidity, from essentially.
Okay, so right now you're mastering Web 2 coding languages to move on to Web 3. Well, Keisha, didn't you move straight to Web? You went straight to Web 3, didn't you? Web 3 coding.
Yeah.
So you didn't start with C# and HTML and JavaScript.
No, Solidity first and Python.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Obviously we've got our accountants and legal. Shout out Summer. Shout out minor accountants. This is what Decode does. Discord management. Discord management and social media, I feel like are accessible skill sets, as in they're accessible job roles because they don't require a huge amount of skill, but more time. And then last of all, Dom does design. You know, we always need a marketing person. So shout out Safdie and shout out Lucas, who's now focusing on that.
Yeah, we have
Everyone can really be a researcher, in my opinion. Like everybody knows how to Google. It's just that's just something that takes time, and everybody needs content. So
Yeah.
think about these. Think about these things, including what not limited to, and how you can approach an NFT collection, even us, another startup company, and then by operating in this space, you will win beyond measures compared to people who just invest and trade, who just look from the outside going in, because this is a world where literally, I don't think there's an industry that's more accessible than crypto when it comes to being an operator.
Yeah, because there's
in this
no
space.
framework. Because
it's decentralized.
because there's no framework and no regulation yet. It means that's why we're in the position where we can talk to people on the level that we're talking to, because they need us.
I think that's the last slide. Is that last slide? Oh, okay, yeah. The final words. Web3 and blockchain technology will one day be incorporated in every single business on planet Earth, even the barbershop and the corner shop, because they're gonna either accept crypto payments or
Sell NFTs.
And or have database systems, even for recording stock, that are on the blockchain, so employees can't steal confectionery.
And that's already happened already. That's already implemented.
So the key now is, especially in bear markets are the best times to learn, because you have less FOMO in a bear market. In a bull market, even we feel it. We're trying to chase the game. But in a bear market, you can chase the income and the knowledge. And you can chase the development in your character, the development in your wealth mindset. And once you grow these things, your mindset, you're not, literally bear markets are good for these things. Increasing your income, increasing your knowledge, increasing your network, and increasing your mentality. Those 4 things. That's what the bear market is good for. So utilize this time. I mean, obviously, in this part of the metal, we could be flipping around. But
Well,
as in, you know, your indicators are saying that this might be the bottom.
all right, so I'm going to quickly touch on this because we ran quite deep. But Dom, if you can go to Trading View, please. So just go to, it's in the middle. Just go to it. Yep. So this morning I woke up to a few indicators that I've got set. And if we go to total free, please. So if you go to top left and then go to where it says BTC, right there, and just search total free. So this is the entire crypto market. This is what it looks like. Now, what happened recently, I've got a level set out on this. And if you go to the daily time frame for us, please. Yeah, brilliant. And if you zoom into that area where there's quite clearly a support line, or just drawing the support line so everyone can see it. Yeah. So my theory, well, it's not just my theory, shout out blockchain backer, but what if we aren't actually, well, first of all, what if this is the end of the bear market? Because when you think about it, this bear market has run longer. If we do it from when we originally said we'd hit all-time highs, which was in October, November, would mean that we've been in one of the longest bear markets for a while. So people have only just started admitting and understanding that we're in a bear market about a month ago?
Yeah.
Now, normally what happens is, to confirm that we're in a bear market, the alts have normally gone up and hit all-time highs. And there's a lot of alts that haven't hit all-time highs yet, and we're already in this place. So that could theoretically mean that we've actually never been in a bear market, and that we're in a giant retracement. So if we, first of all, let's actually go to the 4 hour, please. I just want to show you what my alert is. Well, first of all, it's when the RSI is down, and you can see that that's been down. But we can kind of see where this blue Don channel line is. If you increase the price on the right hand side, yeah, there we go, a bit more. There we go, and bring that into the center of the screen. Can we see that the green, the most recent candles have clearly gone above a resistance level? Can we see that? See it just there. You see that gap up from those. This for me is a massive indicator. This on top of, so now let's go into the weekly candles. Let's go to weekly and zoom out. Zoom out, because what made me realize this, and I've been saying this since October, November, is everyone's just too obsessed with Bitcoin and Ethereum. And because they're so obsessed with that and they use Bitcoin and Ethereum to gauge where the market is, they can't actually see what's happening with crypto as a whole. And crypto as a whole, if you look at this chart now, is that a bear market or is that a retracement and a pullback? That looks like to me like it's a bit of both, but it's not a collapse. It's just come back down to a fairly obvious support level. Now, that would then suggest if the RSI was low, that we're now about to fly up. And is the RSI low? And is it turning up? Yeah. So there is a potential that we are about to fly up. Now, the other reason for this is traditionally when the alts do fly off, not Bitcoin, not Ethereum, but the alts hit all-time highs, what we tend to see is that the DXY, the dollar basket, moves. So let's go to the DXY. And I've tweeted this, but I don't think many people understood the tweets. But let's just go DXY. Yep, click on that. And let's zoom out. Zoom out. We want, let's get like a couple of years of data on it. There we go. Cool. So what happened between 2017 and 2018? Oh yeah, an alt bull run. What happened between 2020 and 2021? Oh yeah, an alt bull run. But can we see that there's a clear, Dom, can you mark in that resistance level that's clearly on the top of these? On the left hand side. Yeah, you do. Stop lying. Yeah, you're using the horizontal line.
Go on, I'll do it.
Nah, what is she lying for? Look, why is she lying? Why are you lying? Why are you lying for?
It's because when we had oh, sorry guys, you can probably hear me really loud. You know when we were trading on the other thing, what was it? To trade in IG. I could do everything on there, but I've not really trained myself to do them here. Looks different.
That resistance. Yep. And now bring in the RSI. Yeah, there we go. So looking at that RSI, looking at what's happened before in the past, what would you say is about to happen? Just saying. That looks like history is about to repeat itself once again.
So you're saying the correlation when the US dollar index goes down is usually a bull market, but the US dollar index goes up is a bear market.
Yep, and look at how overinflated that RSI is. And now the final indicator for it is go to Euro USD. Guess what happens on Euro USD? When the Euro USD goes up, guess what tends to go up? Crypto. The alts specifically
not Bitcoin and Ethereum, but the alt. So
Whoa, this is a major game. I didn't even know this shit. So you're saying when the euro to USD goes up, it's usually also.
yeah, but guess what time frame you need to look at to see this? The weekly and the monthly. Who the hell looks at the weekly and the monthly? Who in FX looks at the weekly and the monthly? They're looking at the 5 minute and 15. There's a very macroeconomic.
If the euro got stronger, why is that tied to altcoin?
Because it's to do with the value of assets on a macroeconomic scale.
Okay.
It's to do with the value of the US dollar.
Right. Okay.
That's why. It's very macro.
So when they're selling off dollars to buy crypto, that's basically nations selling off the world reserve currency into the new currency, which is crypto.
So this is mad game that I'm giving you here. And right now, you want to bet what have I got to trade on? Guess, can anyone guess what I've got to trade on? And I'm about to out trade 95% of FX traders out there.
What you got a euro to USD super long with leverage. Yeah. He got a forex trade on. I got no forex trades on.
So people are like, oh, forex. I'm like, no, I don't trade forex. I trade forex when I'm gonna win. When I'm gonna clean up. Clean up.
You don't get some euros.
Yep. And yeah, that's why I'm trading that. Yeah. So that's a little bit of insight into why I'm very convinced. No, FTX.
You can trade forex, FTX.
Yeah.
I need to get.
So this is why I'm very, very convinced that we're about to go into.
Wait, FTX is the best platform. It's got stocks as well, isn't it?
FTX is FTX is 100% the best platform. They're also backed by Sequoia.
Stocks, forex, and crypto.
Yeah, and crypto-based stocks as well. Tokenized stocks.
I have not logged into FTX since we shorted Bitcoin with Lucas.
So yeah, that's my little 2 cents on that.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, that's none of this is financial advice. Please do your own research.
There you go.
Can you guys be my financial advisor? No, we can't. Sorry, please.
Christine, you need to finish your lessons. Well, book some new ones.
Right, so we got AJ, Cherry, Deco, Alicia, Navin, and Zishan. Let's take some questions.
What up, Navin? I don't think we've seen you. I don't think we spoke.
No, Navin's new. I saw him on comment on the IG.
Oh, nice.
Let's start with Navin, man. How are you, Navin?
Navin. Navin, unmute yourself. Oh, no, Navin. All right, cool. Next, we'll go to Arisha.
Hello.
Arisha.
Sorry, you can't go. My thing working.
What are you saying? No?
Hello.
What's good?
I'm good. I'm just moneying.
Bye. I love that.
I'm with the kids.
Yeah, man. You got any questions for him?
Was you listening to? You was learning, wasn't you? You was learning.
What? You know, I'm going to give you some mad, crazy, life-changing game here, Arisha.
Yeah.
You don't realize. You can teach kids how to understand charts at as young as 3 years old.
Well, that's how it is.
Just all you got to do is put them on the monthly time frames and get them to draw lines of where the supports are and where the resistance.
Okay.
If you're willing to teach this young girl, I'm happy to teach her.
Yes, I've even got an old one, 8-year-old as well.
Yeah, our 8-year-olds pick this up like that.
She loves it. She's listening. Okay.
I want to make some 8-year-old super traders.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, let's put that in. That's going to be mad.
I'm down.
If we
Just
put
learning.
if if you call me,
Say that again.
I said if you could maybe think about it, be comfortable with a quick or two. I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah. No, I love it. But today was good, guys. I like today. Go on.
What's your question?
I don't have a question. I feel like I liked today because you made me think about a few things that I wasn't doing. I've been all like, learn, get all the information.
What were you not thinking about before the game that you're thinking about now?
Like trying to get my income down a little bit, because I definitely, not my income, like what I'm spending, my expenditure, like what I'm spending down. And then my income up. Income's going up because I just got a new job. So that's going up.
Congratulations.
That's going up.
You love it.
But yeah, no, I need to work on like what I'm spending my money on, because I definitely eat out a lot with my boyfriend, and we could really be saving that money than spending, eating out all the time.
Definitely recommend, if you're a couple, the thing that I'm telling you, like do the weekly. We'll start off monthly because it's easier to do it monthly first. Do it monthly, for like 6 months, where you just. Sorry, I'm joking. So, wow. Where you, I've got my water here. Basically, where at the end of the month, all you do is you add up all the eating out that you've done, all the traveling taxis that you've done. When you add that up, at the end of the month, you're going to be, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't even want to do that because I already know that I'm going to be like,
that's why you need to do it.
All right, cool. This month I'm gonna do it. I'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, do it, and then start looking at the percentage of how much of your total income is going on food, and you'll be like,
"It's crazy."
Lessons to Arisha kids on the first lesson. Can't even start until Arisha has gave you a financial breakdown of where she's spending the money.
Yeah.
That is a deal.
I just want a percentage of where the money is going.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait. You know what? See you later. Oh, AJ left before we got
Oh man.
No worries. Let's go to
Arisha was on Friday.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Love. Let's go to Cherry. Cherry, what's up?
Hey, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, it's actually me, Tiffany. My daughter's name is on there. So.
I see.
Hey, you okay?
In a minute, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I haven't been on one of these for a while. I was away on holiday for like 6 weeks.
In Jamaica.
So I was in Jamaica, yeah. So coming back and joining a session like this was really beneficial. There's a lot of things that I picked up really. One of the important things was the venture capital, so that's something that I want to be looking into. One of the things that I'm finding I'm having is I'm accumulating a lot of information, and I'm just not putting it tactfully into practice. So I don't know if there's anything that you guys would recommend in terms of, applying. And I think, again, that has a lot to do with the income as well. Are you hearing me? You can take my headset out if not.
Was he saying for taxes?
No, I'm going to take my headset out.
Hello?
Oh, that's
way
much
better.
better.
Way better. Say it again.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it was on the sound thing was off. I was saying the venture capital, that was very beneficial. And I was just asking for tactics about how to start applying the knowledge, because I'm accumulating a lot of knowledge, and I just feel like now I need to start applying it strategically. And I do think that maybe income management, or maybe there's ways to apply income to maybe do it better. Especially, when you said you can automatically make it go into your account, can you automatically make it go to a particular trade rather than into the account? So then it goes there and it's done.
Yeah, you can do that on Loop, on Free Trade, and on Coinbase.
On where, sorry?
Coinbase.
on Coinbase. Oh, I'm using Kraken and Binance.
I don't think they do it on those two.
No, okay.
Those two are more designed for trading, whereas the platforms that I mentioned before are kind of designed for newbie investors, and that's why they allow you to do that. And Revolut, Free Trade, what was the other one? Coinbase.
Okay.
So definitely check those out. Ninja will send you over referral links for you to sign up to those as well.
Yeah, I've got.
Perfect.
Have you does that answer your question?
Yeah, that does, to be honest. Another question that I asked was, well, no, yeah, I think that answers my question, yeah. That answers my question. Sorry?
You had a question, and ask it.
No, I don't have one.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
If you got another question, just message us privately.
I will do. You guys are great, and I really appreciate you all.
No worries, man. Love. Okay, cool. Love. Christine, have you got any questions?
Hello, guys. Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad that I'm in the Zoom call. I feel like you guys are evolving so quickly. You know, that's fascinating. And I've actually got a question. So if I give you 100K right now, have you thought about it, or do you have an idea how to spread it out and to get the max profit in it? And two of you have say it separately.
We can't take
your own ideas. Huh?
We do have a strategy.
Yeah, you can tell. You don't have to tell now. I mean, like, you know, right? Like, you guys should be like thought about it.
We definitely thought about it. We definitely have a strategy for it. But being as we're not financial advisors, we can't do it ourselves.
No.
What we can do is we can probably do it under the guidance of a financial advisor.
Wait, do you have to qualify yourself to be a financial advisor to be able to be someone's financial advisors? I mean, we can call you guys a different name, maybe, you know. Doesn't have to.
You could, but then we could still get in a lot of trouble for giving.
Really?
On that. All we're allowed to do is say, this is what I would do in this situation. But even when the larger the scales of money become, then the more you can get in trouble. So that's why it's a bit tricky. But yeah, we
all
can
right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you just message us privately.
Yeah. Can we arrange another call, please?
Yeah, that's fine.
That'd be great. I'll message you later.
Okay, cool. No worries.
All right. And also, like, congratulations.
Recently, but we need to do some more. Basically, we started doing the exams with Lucas and Storm, and doing exams with people we've realized are so important.
Yeah.
So important.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's
that's a good way to push students, I think. But yeah, and last thing, congratulations on that collaboration. Like, I just checked the what do you call it? Sorry about my English. The mixtape madness. What is it? It's like a podcast.
Yeah.
Mixtape.
What's it? Mixtape madness.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're pretty big in the space, to be honest.
Yeah. How did you guys get involved with, like?
We offered value. They wanted value back. Yeah, they were doing a Twitter space, and we just kept going there and offering value.
Oh, right. Okay, consistency. So when is it?
That's this weekend, the 3rd of June.
3rd of June. Oh, okay. Good. Looking forward to it. Okay. Okay, other than that, that's it. Thank you, guys.
Perfect. Cheers. No worries. Next. Oh, Chris APL just joined. Yo, man, Chris APL. But let's go to Deco. Yo, Deco, what's good, bro?
Yo, one sec. Yo, can you hear me all right?
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Good, man.
Alright, bless. Yeah, I'm all good, bro. How's it going?
Yeah, man. Bless. Yo, I
Good,
got
though,
something
good.
to you, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything to these two because they're not football heads. But you know, Flow blockchain.
Yeah.
Do you know they've got a partnership with La Liga?
Nah, say swear.
Swear,
Mad. Crazy.
bro. Those NFTs, bro.
Crazy.
People don't understand when I'm trying to tell them what that means.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Bro, I'm gonna flip literally just La Liga NFTs.
Well, I hear that. There's a bag to be made there for sure.
Bro, you telling me, bro, a Roberto Carlos free kick.
Innit? Yo,
Bro,
any Messi moment in that.
Oh, bro, are you
Imagine.
mad? Are you mad? Bro, that could be a full-time career.
Serious, bro. For real.
You just hunt bad boy moments from La Liga and flip them.
That's it. That's the wave.
Bro, I'm just giving you, those that know that are watching this right now, the game that I've just spat is crazy.
And if you don't know, stop sleeping. Get learning.
Yeah, if you're a football fan and you don't understand what we just said, it's sad day for you. But anyway, yeah, fire away with your question, broski.
Yeah, no questions on my end. I just need to like get my head back into the game, to be honest, and actually applying what's been said in the game, really, and applying it to myself, like sorting out finances and all that.
Slow but steady.
I'm glad we did this one.
Yeah, man, it's important.
That personal financial. Wait a minute. People say trying to pay attention, and that's what bear markets are good for. But onto everything else, but sometimes you got to pay attention to yourself. What's going on in your world of finances? How can you
that?
Sometimes you just gotta go back to basics as well. Still,
anyway, because we've got some more projects in the pipeline.
Lit. No problem, man.
All right, calm, bros. All right, next we go Zishan.
Hey guys, how you doing? You all right?
King.
Got a question. Do institutions and retail traders use the same indicators to trade?
No.
What's the difference?
Time frame. That's the first thing.
I was going to say time frame.
Okay.
Institutions very rarely use the same time frames that retail use. They use the larger time frames because they're dealing with bigger money. So it's crazy to them. So let's say, for example, you're trading 10 billion. So we've got an episode coming out with Debs, who's a Goldman Sachs trader, and he used to manage 10 billion. And you just gotta understand, if you're trading and managing 10 billion, the smaller time frame where you're getting 4%, 5%, yeah, that's amazing. But on the larger time frame, when you can then see that you can get a trade that's going to be 150% on 10 billion, but you might have to wait 9 months for it to play out. You're gonna wait. You're gonna wait because your commissions on that trade are ridiculous.
So is that the only difference? The time frames?
Nah, that they use a few other indicators that are different.
Different moving averages.
And I would say on block data as well.
Yeah. So say for example, retail often use the 200-day moving average. Institutions often use the 72 moving average and the 198, I think it is.
Do you not think more retail traders should use the same indicators as institutions?
Nope, because they can't, because they're not using the same amount of money, so the outcomes are completely different.
Okay, cool.
And also, they're using different indicators because they move the market. Like, if I'm putting 10 million into the right asset, it's going to move the market. So I need to use a completely different set of indicators. I'm not predicting what's going to happen. I'm making it happen. You know what I mean?
But in the crypto market, you can sort of see the supply and demand where they've got the orders.
Yeah.
Institutions. So could retail traders use it for the crypto market?
you could, the order block strategy, that kind of works, but all in all, I would say, unless you're trading like mad low market cap things in crypto, like less than $1 million, there's no point in learning how to use institutional indicators, because it's just a different. They've got just a whole different. They're in a different world. That's like, it's like, let me try and think of one of my crazy metaphors. It would be like, yeah, sometimes they put on trades through Excel. Yeah, it's not, their world isn't like how our world is.
Mm-hmm.
Or like they execute
Yeah. So they sometimes do a cascade of trades that execute all at the same time from sending a spreadsheet to somebody. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's why. With the other thing that you could possibly do is something called arbitrage trading, which is where you're finding the gaps between different exchanges. That's what retail can do. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's yeah. I just think it's a very you're gonna get your head ripped off if you try and start trading like an institution, because you just haven't got the same drawdown ability.
But you should invest like an institution.
You should invest like an institution, but not trade like an institution, because their stop losses will make you wet yourself. You gotta think, like, what's the stop loss for an institution? Yeah, especially if they move the market. Like, it's not a fair game.
They're infinite bread.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that I've seen it go horribly wrong. So, because the other thing you have to bear in mind is sometimes, depending on the platform, they can cause a gap down, whereby even though you've got a stop loss, because it skipped the stop loss, it keeps going down.
Okay.
So yeah, it can get nasty. So yeah. But yeah, right, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Love, 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 guys. See you later. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe. Love, love, love.
See some of you on Friday.
Okay, guys.
Right.
Well, that was the trenches.
Oh,
hold on. Still live. Still live?
We're still live on here.
Well, just end